I know you? It's been a long time. She made a promise to the one she loved, dead now, but no less. A promise. Not one soul more would suffer as he had. She carries him in her heart. His death, his life, will drive her on. She will forge a purpose from his death, make meaning from the pain. And then the Northmen came again to our land, stripping us of our names, our lives, of everything that makes us who we are, beating and binding, taking us as slaves. These Northmen sail under a blood-red sign, and one among them they call Master. Senua will follow that sign. She let herself be taken, dragged in chains to their ships, so she can trace the poison to its source, find the heart, and cut it out. Stop the slavers, keep her promise. But plans can drift off course. It begins as it ends. Alone. In the dark. Even when you're pulled by forces dim and vast, fate can stop you cold. A dream has foundered with issue. She must find a new light to steer by, find the next sign.
I have to tell you a story. don't come out of this well. But I want you to know the truth, so you can see it all. See a different side. Because it's not just Senua who hears things. Sees what isn't there. We Ostmen traded and lived among the people of those isles. But my father said we needed slaves. And we, unthinking and unquestioning, obeyed. We knew the reason. Knew there was no other way. His way was the only way. So we obeyed. We had plans for them. They'd never be our slaves. They were grist for the mill to save our home, to protect us. But plans can drift off course. It begins as it ends, alone in the dark. Net, but I struggled free and made for the shore. We'd foundered. My father would be angry, but maybe there would be a way to take back what we had lost.
Welcome, wanderer. Let me tell you a story.
After she fought her way out of hell, a tale for another time, Senua tried to live. Free of her father, of the fear he brought. A new life, quiet, peaceful. But fate is a demanding god, and she had other plans for Senua. For the Northmen came back, breaking like a storm on the villages, tearing through them. They had no interest in plunder. All they wanted was slaves. A different band of Northmen, sailing under a different sign, led by a different man. And fate spoke to Senua once again. It was her destiny to stop them. Follow these slavers back to their lands, track them to their heart, and put an end to the terror. And she promised that she would. But it wasn't going to be an easy journey. That storm was not a natural one. Thor flung his hammer. Ran's daughters raged against the ships, and she cast her net to pull everyone under. But Senua fought her way ashore.
This dark land, it pushes back. She's so far from home, from all she's ever known, half drowned, and lost in a world still clouded to her eyes, which she won't yield. She must fight on, as she always has. Remember, we've been to hell before.
I had to take them back. They were all that stood between us and the giants. I never wanted it. It went against what I had been taught. Courage, honor above all. But he said it was the only way. And I obeyed.
Senua found herself alone in a strange, dark land. A land of fire and ice, of brutal men and savage creatures. A land where the dead return. A land where giants roam. But fate had spoken, and it drove her on. She had been to hell before.
The voices draw her onward. The ones who didn't live. The ones she could not save. She can hear them calling. Lives stolen by the Northmen. She carries them with her. Always.
Half drowned, I washed up on the shore. I could hear their voices. My friends, our captives, all calling. Some in despair, some hope. I'm not sure now which was which. We stole them. I'll carry that with me, always.
Senua could see beyond the veil of the ordinary world. She heard the voices of the dead, reminding her of her mission, of the promise she had made. But she did not falter.
Thought she'd left it in the past. Her father. He clouds her mind with fear, but she won't stop. Stronger forces drive her on.
I hear his voice, not in my ears like her, but in my mind. Strong, my father, driving me on. The only thing I know, my mission.
She had thought that she was free of her father. But he returned to scold and scare her. But she had changed. She learned not to listen, to speak back against him.
The slavers. This is the right way. The signs are leading me. They brought me here.
She knows that all through this world there are signs and symbols waiting to be discovered. The meaning is there. If only you can find it.
The slavers. This is the right way. The signs are leading me. They brought me here.
Our sign, emblazoned across all the land. A symbol of our dominance. We were the only ones to thrive.
The slavers. This is the right way. The signs are leading me. They brought me here.
Crossing the terrible cliffs, Senua came across the slaver's sign. It heartened her. A sign from fate that she was on the right track. She just had to persevere.
She knew the path would open to her. A blood-carved stave, a soul sea falling, a too familiar darkness, an endless night.
She'd beaten me. Me. In combat. I had to admire her. Even then. So she followed her path. The things we couldn't see. I didn't see it in myself. But I was the next sign.
And with Thorgester as her captive, Senua was once more on her way to keep the promise she had made to fate. To stop the scourge of the slavers.
She drowns in the past. All that she lost tearing at her with dead hands and eyes of fire. Her village, just cinders now. The past is never past.
The past haunts us all. Not like it does her. But still we can't escape it. Like Droigar, it comes back for us.
Freyslag forced her to remember the home of her youth, plundered by the Northmen.
The worst pain, the cruelest blows, they make us who we are. Do you see that? She does. She won't lose them again, her mother, her lover. She won't forget. She won't let them slip from her, like light fading as eyes close. She will hold them.
The mistakes of the past haunt us always. Generation on generation, we pay. It wasn't me who killed her lover, but it might have been. It was someone like me. It breaks my heart.
Senua stood strong against her father's voice. She would not forget those she had lost, but neither would she let them hold her in the past. Her lover's death drove her on to keep her promise, just as it had once in the past.
As a child, scared of the night, her mother's soft voice calmed her. But now, she's alone. And there's more to fear than just the darkness. There are ghosts that walk in the noonday sun, monsters that climb out from under the bed. Some shadows can't just be dispelled with light. Some shadows don't want to scare you. They want your blood, your flesh, your life. But the voices are calling.
They were once human, driven mad by hunger. They ate the flesh of man. We cast them out, called them Droigar after the tales we'd heard. They followed my father's path, but took it so far, too far even for us. But they held on to our ways, made gods of the giants, revering, not appeasing, worshipping. We feared them, dead, but not dead, unnatural. And they hated us.
The light burning bright in the hills was a beacon. The voices chanting drew her onwards. Even with the horrors she had witnessed in the Hoff, even with Freyslaug in ruins behind her, even with the signs of the Droigar's bloodlust all around, still she carried on.
It's easy to turn back, turn away, when every nerve is screaming with fear. Be safe, be quiet, run and hide, run away. But to turn back is to lose yourself, lose your way, defeated and dead-eyed. And the path ahead is clear, soaked in blood and bile, but beacon bright and clear.
I don't know how she did it. It's more than I had the courage to do. To walk into this place of horror. This place of death. At least I can hold on to this. We never let ourselves fall quite so far as to glory in the death of helpless men. Rejoice.
Her first sight of the Droigar made her sick with fear. But fate had laid a path for her, and her feet were forced to follow it. A great terror lay ahead, greater even than the Droigar, though she didn't know it yet. But fate had something else for her as well.
The one whose voice cuts through the chaos. He is her next sign, the next step on her path. She will bathe in blood, her sword will sing, and she will free him. Die trying.
The man in the middle, Fagrimur, Wanderer's Mask. I knew him of old. I will pass the tale to him now. He will take her further than I could. Not To the end. Quiet.
Fargrímr of the Red Hills, now captive of the Draugr, their sacrifice to the giant Iltoiga. Senua knew she would have to defeat the Draugr to free him.
She can see the thread that binds the world, can feel its hidden pulse, and knows when that pulse quickens.
She could see the thread that binds the world. She could feel its hidden pulse. I saw it too, but not as fine as she did. It was not strange. The women of our world, it is often so. They know.
Senua could sense the shift around her. The voices warned her of the giant's approach. And Fargrímr saw her pause and look around. And he knew too. They were a long way from safety.
There are some wills so strong they dream a new world. A hell of their own creation. And they will not sit lonely in that nightmare. If you wake the dreamer, does the nightmare die?
She saw the giants too, once we had infected her with fear, but saw within them, where we could not see, where they sprang from, all the rage and fear. It's where we come from too.
Her enemy struck the blow to pull the giant away from Senua. Thorgestr saved her, acting out of pure fellow feeling in the face of the giant's horror.
She has been chosen. All the lost ones. Only she can save them. All the people here dying in this nightmare. Only she can set them free. And she's running out of time. Every day that dies, every sun that sets, another loses their life. Light fading from their eyes and name cast away on the wind. And soon the sun will set for good.
She was the only one who could help us, trapped in fear. The world we knew collapsed around us. But that wasn't the worst thing. The world we chose to build from the ashes, we made it hell. Dog eat dog, and each man for himself. People dying every day, and we couldn't see the truth.
Fargrímr saw in Senua a chance to save his land from the giants. He saw in her the strength that might make the hidden folk hear her plea. So he sent her out to find them, with just these warnings. They are powerful. They are no friend to man, and they will punish anyone they find unworthy of their aid.
She has been chosen. Fargrímr saw it. The part of her she keeps hidden, pushed down, covered with silence. Fargrímr saw that too, no matter how much she tries to hide it from the world. And now that part of her that scared her for so long, that she fought so hard, has brought her to this place, chosen, special. But will she be enough? What will they ask of her? Can she give it?
Prove she had been chosen. I saw it. She tried to hide it from us. But I saw the way she listened to the things I could not hear. I knew they would take her. The hidden folk, our only chance, the only thing the giants fear. This Selkona, she could reach them. They would see. But I wasn't sure, not quite, that she would survive.
Senua had faced their test and made it through. The hidden folk had deemed her worthy of admittance to their realm. But it was not over yet.
Once again, she's leaving the sun, leaving the world. plunging into the unknown places which no light touches. She has always been afraid of the dark. A deep, still silence that blinds her eyes till she thinks she will never see again. But there is a thread this time. Connects her to the ones above. She has promises to keep. She will not let them down.
Once she had shown her promise, they took her down into their world, into the depths where none of us had gone. I was afraid for her, my last hope. But if she could not survive their trials, she couldn't help us. I sound callous. I didn't want to hurt her, but we were in such need. I saw no other way. It was worth a chance.
The Northmen said that the hidden folk lived in a world of beauty and splendor, far away from the cares and troubles of man. And yet sometimes they had need of men, for the two worlds were intertwined. Senua would find that they had need of her, too, that if only she could pass their trials, she would become the instrument of their justice.
They will always hunt her, the ones she did not save. Clasping her desperately, iron bands around her, dragging her down with them, imploring eyes and outstretched hands, until they fall away into darkness.
I feel the weight of the ones who died, lost to the giant, the earth that cracks and shivers. I failed them, brought them here, and didn't know how to save them. My people. But most of all, my wife and child.
The voices of the dead rang in her ears once again, a reminder of the people she could not help nor save, the ones in whose forgotten names she had made this journey. Although it was not her fault, she still felt the guilt and obligation of their deaths.
The ones you lost. Everything you regret, your shame, your pain. Turn your face to them and open your eyes. You can only hide for so long, and then you must take the plunge.
Sometime I will have to face them, the ones I lost. Turn my face to them and open my eyes. I'm so sorry I let you down. My life, my love.
This was a test, although she did not know it. The hidden folk had to be sure the weight of the past would not drag her under. The guilt she felt would not cloud her judgment or stay her hand. That fear would not stop her.
The time is now. There is no other way. Put your head under water and take a deep breath.
She had her demons too, and now they gathered all around. The time is now.
Senua knew fear, and knew it would not stop her from following her fate.
The darkness held a question. Are you strong enough? She doesn't know the answer yet. But they will tear it from her mouth.
It's not just a test of will or wit. They want to see your steel.
The trial of strength was next. Could she stand up to the creatures that lurked in the impossible darkness?
Sacrifices must have meaning. She has given away that which makes her strong. Her protector. Her avenger. The thing she grips tight when darkness overwhelms her. What is a warrior without her sword? What is she now? She must forge a new path, defenseless against the dead ones. The armor has fallen away.
Sacrifices must have meaning, and she was a warrior. It was her pride, her strength, all she had to offer up. She fought so hard to find it, find her sword. It was everything. Giving it up made her nothing again.
Senua's sword was her lifeline down there, with danger all around. But when another's need was greater, she gave it up. And so she passed the trap the hidden folk had set for her. The trial of sacrifice.
Sometimes she feels the darkness will never end, or worse. It will get deeper and darker until she is crushed under it. Her last breath floating up to the sky she will never see again. But it is over. There is a shift, an invitation. They draw her onwards, just out of reach, but there. She is close now.
They are sent to test her. Nothing lives down here. They're made of darkness. And the ones she's fought before, they're her monsters, just her own. But she has shown her wisdom and her strength, and now the hidden ones call her onwards. She is close now.
She had fought so hard and given so much, and still the hidden folk stayed in the shadows. But she sensed a change now. They were closer.
She can feel them slipping through her soul, following the threads of her mind. She's here to find them. The ones who hide. They will tell her how to defeat the giants. And she will keep her promise.
They are here now, all around us. You'll never see them, just catching glimpses in the corner of your eyes. We need them, the beautiful ones. A world that's free of worry, hunger, death. How can we live without that promise?
Senua was close. She could feel their presence just ahead. She could ask her question and beg their help. But this wisdom would have a price. The answer would make her suffer, change her.
She survived without her sword, and now she has it back, invested with her sacrifice. All her blood that might have spilled, all the deaths she might have died. A new sword, a new self, a new Senua, who can see the giant's truth.
She was the one. She could see through the mask, the terrible monster that all dark feelings make us. She saw the truth of the giant, the things that loss can do to us, twist us, crucify us. It might have been me. I don't know what held me back.
Senua had heard Iltoiga's story, saw that she was not always the monster she had become. But the hidden folk had one more ordeal in store for her. They would force her to live what the giant had lived, feel that rage and helplessness herself. If she could survive it, she could take her knowledge back to the world.
Inga.
Her name. Inga. We all have names, given or chosen. We change them, charge them, invest them with meaning. Names torn away leave us raw and bleeding. Rootless, selfless. All the names that were lost, she will fight and hold. She knows her name now. Ingun. She knows her.
Ingun.
Her name. Ingun.
We all have names. Ours have two meanings. We take our father's own burden of expectation. Mine means wondrous mask. I have lived up to it. I wander the world, and I wear a mask. Don't we all?
Ingun.
Her name. Ingun.
Senua had the giant's name now, and names have power. Knowing her true name, Senua could command her. This was the way to defeat the giants, not through sword and spear, but insight.
She will stop the slavers, but the signs are leading her down a different path. She won't have to fight them. Just show them how the world can change. No more giants. No more sacrifices. She has found out the secret. She has the key, but wisdom has a price. Remember, what happens when you face the void and human eyes look back? She can meet these eyes and take that burden, but it takes its toll.
She's going to stop the Gordi. The Hidden Ones have opened up the way. It's not about blood. It's showing them the truth. No more giants means no more sacrifices. But I was uneasy. Didn't trust the Gordi or Thorgistur's confidence. I wanted more assurance. So I brought the light of Ástríður.
Senua and her companions set out to reach the fortress of Borgarvirki. Senua still followed the path fate had laid for her, still sought to end the slavers' raids. But now she saw her destiny more clearly. End the suffering, end the sacrifices, by ending the giants' reign of terror. Fargrímur led them northwest, and after some time, they came out on the sea. Senua did not know the land, so trusted him to lead them.
All her life she had been alone. No, not alone, not quite alone. But in this loneliest place, she has found others, lost in darkness, just like she was. Others who might look to her to lead them into the light. Can her shoulders bear this burden? She so learned to keep her guard up, can she ever let it down?
I have never been alone. My parents were close, my brothers kind, until the world turned terrible and I lost all I knew and loved. And now I'm lost in darkness. Can this woman help us? I've been burned before. Can I let her in?
Senua could sense a kindred spirit in the young warrior Ástríður. But she was by nature and experience a solitary woman, not given to easy trust or friendship. Still, she wanted to help the people of Bardarvik, so she went with Ástríður to witness the giant.
This power she feels draws her on, the certainty. She wants to hold it, even if it blinds her. She's come to them again with another promise, another question. But there will always be that price to pay. The truth can drown you deep, lay bare the heart of you, hidden for years. It hurts.
She had sad eyes which saw what I could not see. I only suspected then that there was something in her that could see around, outside the world we lived in. That could see how to change it.
Senua felt strong, buoyed by the hidden folk's aid, by their belief in her as chosen, special. But she had forgotten what happened in the cave, and the cost of learning the giant's name.
She's brought them here, the hungry ones. She made them fight the ones who died. But there's only one way to atone. Go forward. Go on. Steel yourself for what's to come.
We didn't blame her. Never did. They were always waiting close. But the way she felt for us, suffered with us. She had my allegiance there and then.
Senua felt the weight of those deaths on her soul. She had drawn the Draugr here. She had made the settlers fight. To honor their sacrifice, she had to defeat the giant.
Each life lost hangs over her. She feels them on her skin. Their voices calling, and the ones who live, their voices too. Their pain and guilt infect her. But she can't let them lead. She has to see the path herself, clean and clear, and find the strength to follow it, even as dead hands pull her back. She has to find the light within and hang it in the sky to guide the others.
And now my time is done. And I must pass to the monster who brought us all so low. I don't want to. But if you are to understand, you must hear all of it. Just remember, I don't think I was wrong. He had to die. He could never be converted, never see outside the world of fear and blood he had created.
Senua found herself a leader, with others looking to her for guidance, trusting her to lead them into freedom. She felt the weight of their expectations heavy on her shoulders, but tried to shake it off and focus on her mission. She had a promise to keep, and they were closer now to Borgarvirki than ever before, to the slavers' fortress.
She lost them, drowned them in their fears, let the forests lay them bare and scour their minds. She knows that deep excoriation, the fear you will not see the end of. And yet, they made it through. She found them. They are safe. Safe to keep on walking, fight her corner, share the weight. But who is changed and who is not? Do they look at her and doubt? They follow still. No blame, no striking out in hate. But their minds are shuttered tight and closed off to her eyes. What did Thorgestur see, so dark he cannot speak? And Astrida, her primal pain. Fear like that will shake you. The wanderer, always so sure, has a certainty been lost. There's no time now to question or look back. Choice is made.
She's getting closer. The supplanter. The one who wants my crown. I've built a place of safety where we can live as we used to. And once I bring them all under my wing, we will all live in peace and prosperity. All we need to do is feed the giants with lives that don't matter. Because they're not our own, not us, not real. We will build back to where we were. But the giants will make us stronger. That's why I made them. Took the fear, the confusion, the panic of an arbitrary world where death can come from anywhere. Took that fear and gave it a name. and they will see how I love them. All I've ever wanted is for my people to be safe. And they were, until she came along. It's no time now to question or look back. The choice is made.
Thus Senua had led her followers through the dark forest Yarnvidr and safely out the other side. But they were all silent, lost in their thoughts. All of them had been challenged. All of them had been changed. Astridr, the fiercest warrior Senua had known, had been terrified out of her wits. And the sure and steady Fargrímr, lost and uncertain. And Thorgestur had had some vision which shook him so deeply he could not speak of it. Senua wondered if they still trusted her to lead them. But it was too late for doubts. The die was cast.
All the signs she followed had led her here, finally so close to the heart of darkness. The root of the fetid flower whose stench she tracked across the sea. A fortress she must break, not with sword and spear, but open eyes and strength of will.
She followed us across the land, using my poor son. Then that idiot, Fargrímr, leading her here. I loved that man once, called him friend, though he was always strange. But he broke with us when I told him my solution to the giants.
And then, after a journey across sea and land, Senua was finally in sight of the place she had set out to find. Her fate, her destiny. She would make the Guthi believe her, make the raids stop.
She's come so far. Crossed an ocean, left one world and found another. All the blood, all the fire, everything she's seen carried on a hidden tide. This is the end, the point where light vanishes. And yet it is a pale and quiet place. Hush. Can this be the place she fought so hard to find?
Come so far. I have to grudgingly admire her. It's a harsh land. And she made it here, with her followers in tow. My son. My son. And the others. Astridr, a thorn in my side always, just like her father. Refusing to listen to me when all I want is peace and safety.
As Senua and Thorgestur approached the fortress gates, Senua was struck by its lonely silence. She had imagined a hard and noisy place, bristling with brutal life. But only the wind sighed around it in the gathering storm.
All she has lost, and all she has to lose. They hear. All the names she carries on her heart, she remembers. This is the last sign.
All I had lost, and all I had to lose there, here. My son, I thought would take my burden from me. This is the last sign.
Senua felt the weight of her promise, her fate pulling her on. The ones she had vowed to protect, the ones who now looked to her for help.
The last sign. Circled round in red, a bloody barrier against the night, a wall to shield you from the savagery.
The last sign. Circled around in red, we raise it up in defiance of the night. A wall to shield us from the savagery. But we let the true darkness just walk in. should have stopped her.
Senua saw the sign and knew that fate had led her true. Her destiny waited behind those doors.
The one who clouds her mind is here, just as she knew he would be. Some things don't change. There's always one who will seize the reins, see a field of pain and reap it. Ripe blood and bitter tears. Her father, his father.
I tried to keep my son on the right path. I tried. I took the reins. I tried. I wanted to keep them safe. My people. I found a way that they could live. No blood or tears. My son. My people.
As Senua approached the Godi, she seemed to see her father, hear her father's voice. And with a sinking heart, she knew they were the same. She would find no quarter here. The Godi was a tyrant like her father.
Do you really want the truth? Each person who follows you, you bear their weight on your back. Soon you will do anything to protect them, no matter what pain you inflict on others. And then you will find their belief makes you strong. And you will want to hold on to that strength no matter what. You will become me. You are your father's battle.
He brought your people here to murder them. No peace meeting death with death.
Do you see how they cling to you, pleading? Do you see how their hands drag you down? You are everything. What would you do to keep them from harm? What would you do for the truth?
She has to say what she has to say. The only way to
I choose how to end this.
She couldn't do it.
couldn't.
She chose a different path.
She's not like him.
We are not a monster.
You chose a different path.
All the questions answered. Truth, burning bright to scour away the darkness. Shadows of horror and hate writ large on the sky. Phantoms made from fear. Darkness outside makes darkness inside. She sees it. But the darkness is inside her too. Because she loves, even after everything. She loves. And if she loves, what will she do to save that love, to keep that promise? All the lost ones, when they find her, what will she do to protect them? All those names, all those lives. What will she do to hold them? Wisdom has a price. She is her mother's child. But she is also her father's.
I see it now. The darkness is inside me. It is his darkness, not hers.
Your darkness.
And it carves a path for me.
In your blood, in your bones.
But I can't see where it leads.
Haunting you forever.
Part of me wants to let go of the fear. Let go of my shadows. And be free. No more pain. No more doubt. Honored, loved, feared. Always true, always right, because they tell me so. Keeping them safe, keeping their belief alive, no matter the cost. Is this my fate?
Senua.
Can I choose my way?
What will we become?
We are not our fathers. There is always a choice. You taught me that.
We will choose. Together.
You decide.
All her life she has been alone. She chose it. A shield to keep her heart from harm. A hymn to still the other voices, the ones outside. Not anymore. The ones she saved, the names she found, they lift her up. Their hands reach out to hers. And now, she reaches back to them. Her story is not written. There is always a choice.
Do you really want the truth? Each person who follows you, you bear their weight on your back. Soon you will do anything to protect them, no matter what pain you inflict on others. And then you will find their belief makes you strong. And you will want to hold on to that strength no matter what. You will become me. You are your father's battle.
He brought your people here to murder them.
No peace in meeting death with death.
Do you see how they cling to you, pleading? Do you see how their hands drag you down? You are everything. What would you do to keep them from harm? What would you do for the truth?
She has to say what she has to say. The only way to
I choose how to end this.
She couldn't. She chose a different path. She's not like him. We are not a monster. You chose a different path.
She had to keep them safe. Her people. And that's what my father wanted too. His people, he bore their weight. He acted in their name. I see it. And it changed him. Now she knows. that we are all our Father's children.
I see it now. The darkness is inside me. But not the way I thought.
Yes, feel it.
Yes, you can see it, can't you?
It is his darkness. Not hers.
Your darkness.
And it carves a path for me.
In your blood, in your bones.
But I can't see where it leads.
Haunting you forever.
Part of me wants to let go of the fear. Let go of my shadows. And be free. No more pain. No more doubt. Honored. Loved. Feared. Always true. Always right. Because they tell me so. Keeping them safe. Keeping their belief alive. No matter the cost. Is this my fate?
Senua.
Can I choose my way?
What will we become?
We are not our fathers. There is always a choice. You taught me that.
We will choose. Together.
You decide.
The truth. Each person who follows you, you bear their weight on your back. Soon you will do anything to protect them, no matter what pain you inflict on others. And then you will find their belief makes you strong. And you will want to hold on to that strength no matter what. You will become me. You are your father's daughter.
He brought your people here to murder
There's
you.
no peace in meeting death with death.
Do you see how they cling to you, pleading? Do you see how their hands drag you down? You are everything. What would you do to keep them from harm? What would you do for the truth?
She has to say what she has to say. It's the only way to exit.
I choose how to end this.
She couldn't do it. Couldn't. She chose a different path.
She's not like him.
We are not amongst us.
You chose a different path.
And Senua knew then where her fate was leading her. She understood the Guthi, saw how she could choose that same path. In the name of others, in order to save them, what would she not do? She is her father's daughter.
I see it now. The darkness is inside me. But not the way I thought.
Yes, feel it.
Yes, you can see it, can't you?
It is his darkness, not hers.
Your darkness.
And it carves a path for me.
In your blood, in your bones.
But I can't see where it leads.
Haunting you forever.
Part of me wants to let go of the fear. Let go of my shadows. And be free. No more pain. No more doubt. Honored. Loved. Feared. Always true. Always right. Because they tell me so. Keeping them safe. Keeping their belief alive. No matter the cost. Is this my fate?
Senua.
Can I choose my way?
What will we become?
We are not our fathers. There is always a choice. You taught me that.
We will choose.
Together.
You decide.
But Senua sees the paths all open to her. Fate is a lie we tell ourselves about our choices. This tale ends here. But she carries on.